Enola. For those of you who are new to this channel, welcome, and to those who've been before, welcome back. Don't forget to hit subscribe and put a little thumbs up on this video if you'd like it. Okay, so today I wanted to do a little video on childhood movies I would love to see as musicals. And the reason I wanted to do this was because this year, The Prince of Egypt is coming to the West End, and it is like the best news I've ever heard. Basically, it just got me thinking about all of like the childhood films that I absolutely adore and would love to see on stage, because way back when I was obsessed with The Prince of Egypt as a film, as a movie. I absolutely loved it. And me and my little brother used to, I say little, he's like massive now, but my younger brother, we used to watch it all the time, quote the whole thing. Just every single song in it was just beautiful, and I always I had a really overactive imagination as a kid, and I used to like think about the film afterwards because I'm sad, and like play out every single scene in my head on stage and what it would look like on stage. I kid you not, I predicted the musical of The Prince of Egypt. No. I'll do a video on The Prince of Egypt after I've seen it as well, because I'm definitely planning on seeing that this year. That opening number, Deliver Us, was just the best thing, and I just remember thinking this would be epic on stage. So it got me thinking about a few movies that as a child I loved. Child/teenager, and I just wanted to do a little video, a little fun video on this fine day today. I mean, this day and age, we are getting more and more movies turned into Broadway or West End musicals, and it's amazing, like things like Mean Girls and Anastasia. Like, I loved Anastasia as a kid. So stuff like that, I think, has done so well on stage, and so here's a few of my personal favourites that I would love to see as a musical in the years to come. Apologies if some of these are already musicals. I did my research and I don't think they are, but if anyone out there has ever seen these on stage, let me know, because I'd actually love to hear about that. Okay, Enola, shut up, get on with it. I love this film. Number one, The Swan Princess. I really love this movie. I think it's so cute, and it's like one of the non-Disney movies that I loved to watch when I was younger. I feel like it is a bit of a classic fairy tale, and of course we have like Swan Lake and like the ballet where it involves like a swan. It has some great musical numbers already whacked in there, so that's always a good plus. This Is My Idea is like the cutest song. It reminds me of a musical on stage from the way that the song kind of starts when they're kids, and then the song is still going as they grow up into adults, and it kind of shows you their relationship from the get-go of how they like hated each other at the start, and then finally when they're older, because they've practically been forced together every year, they actually fall in love. I mean, the musical on a whole is a little bit shallow if we're really going to get a bit deep, because there's like a line in the song of This Is My Idea where Derek's like, "She started out as such an ugly duckling and somehow suddenly became a swan." And I'm like, okay, so you really thought like everything to do with love was based on purely how she looked, and now that you think she's pretty, you're good to go. But I just think it's such a cute song, This Is My Idea, and I can just see it, I can see it being played out on stage. Also, I think it would be great special effects nowadays of like the whole turning into a swan thing. Like, it'd be good to see what they could do with that. And then there's a classic song in it called Princesses on Parade, and I could just completely see a kick line, just a classic kick line. And then you could just incorporate so many different cultures and make it really diverse of all the princesses from all around the world. This is a very princess-based show, I do realise that, but I just think it would be really fun. The songs in the actual movie are fun, and I think that if they jazz it up a little bit, like real full-on MT style, this could be a really cute movie to see as a musical. And for those who grew up in the same kind of era as me, my god, well, the 90s and the early 2000s, like, I think they would appreciate this being on stage. And if you don't, then fine, whatevs. Number two, this is completely different, but another one of my favourite childhood movies, and that is the one and only Cool Runnings. Oh my goodness, like, you can practically make anything into a musical these days, and I feel like this would be such a fun one. This has such like Caribbean vibes and like summer fun, but then you've also got like the snow and the Olympics and the cold, and I literally love this film. It makes me laugh and it makes my heart feel fuzzy and warm. It'd be so nice to see that culture on stage, like Jamaica in all its glory, and these fabulous people that are just like so determined to represent their country. It's just amazing, and I'm sure it's like a true story, isn't it? Oh my god, I'm there saying I did all my research and then I can't remember if it's actually a true story or based on a true story. Don't quote me on it, but I think it is. It's really powerful as well because there's a message in there of like, it doesn't matter where you're from, what you look like, your background, the history of your country, whatever. If you want to do something and represent your country and be in the Olympics and win gold medals, you can. And they literally go through so many no's and so many setbacks, and then they finally get their shot. And then there's even a point where they get the shot and kind of miss the shot because the bobsled falls over. And it's mortifying and you're like, no, they just pick it up and they go to the finish line regardless. And it's just so, it's one of those films that just like, it captures you. So I feel like if you brought that to the stage, it would be a tearjerker. They have a great soundtrack to that movie already, and although no one sings in it, there's some great bangers in there. I can see clearly now the rain has gone. Yes, love that. And the whole Jamaica, we have a bobsled team. Not even going to try and do the accent, so apologies world. I feel like that would be a very heartwarming and also quite relevant in like, it doesn't matter who you are entitled to achieve the biggest of dreams. And I feel like that's such a great message. It's such comedy as well, so it's like it's not giving that message in a really serious way, it's giving it in like a funny, hilarious and uplifting way. So Cool Runnings, the musical, just saying. Number 3, so we're nearly there. Bed knobs and broomsticks. Oh my goodness. So I know it's a little bit old and it's kind of like Mary Poppins Chitty Chitty Bang Bang vibes, but this was one of my absolute favourite childhood films. My friend was actually talking about this one as well and how she'd love to see that as a musical, so I've already got her on board. It's set in like normality, you know, it's England, there's a war going on, there's evacuations happening, but then it's just got this whole magical element which just makes it so amazing because everyone loves a show with a bit of magic in, you can't deny that. Everyone loves a bit of Harry Potter, everyone loves a bit of Wicked, you know, so that magical element always wins people over. And okay, it might have been done quite a lot now, but I still go and see Mrs. Price, the witch. She's a babe. Like Angela Lansbury playing Mrs. Price was just priceless. Oh my god. Was that a pun? Did I just do a pun? That was so embarrassing, I'm so sorry. I love Mrs. Price because she's so sassy and she's a mature woman, you know, she's older and she's just this random witch that just lives in like a nice little country house. It's complete Mary Poppins vibes, duh. Like Mary Poppins is magical, but there's something a bit different about Bed Knobs and Broomsticks because it's kind of involving like a witch and like potions and like this flying bed that just landed in these random places, and it was just this witch trying to find Professor Emilius Brown and get the other half of her spell book that she's been missing for all these years. It's again got some great songs in there. Bobbing along on the bottom of the beautiful briny sea, that's a classic. There could be so much happening on stage in that bit with all like the fish and the sea creatures, and it would be so colourful and amazing, and there could be some really good effects, I can see that. The effect of the bed just being magical and flying would also be fantastic. And I love a period drama and I love a period film, so it would be right up my street also. It could be really doable and very good. I think this is a very good idea. These little cute children have been evacuated and then they end up literally residing with a witch who has a flying bed. Like, they literally landed the jackpot. And then they chased away the blooming Nazi soldiers at the end through pure magic. They take something that's so historic to Britain, like a war, and they make it magical. Like, they literally fight away these soldiers using armour out of a museum that they bring to life. It's just epic. Can you imagine that on stage? I can. Last but not least is one that takes me right back. I'm pretty sure this is from the 90s. It could even be from the 80s. It's an animation, and not many people may have heard of this one, so that's why I wanted to throw it in there. For anyone who may have heard of it, you can totally get on my vibe and relate. There was a film that I loved, and I remember having it on a VHS tape because it was so old school, it must have been the 90s. It's called The Princess and the Goblin. Oh my goodness, I loved this film. The little princess person in it was called Irene. Irene, what a name, Princess Irene. And basically she had this magic grandma who was dead, but like visited her to kind of be her like guardian angel. I haven't watched this in many years, so I'm just trying to remember the story. There's like goblins that live like underground in all these caves and stuff. The way to get rid of these goblins was to sing. amazing. Like, hello, musical. I want to see that on stage. There was a guy in it called Cody who used to swing his little lantern and sing this little song. And I'm pretty sure the song goes something like this. Okay, I can't remember the words, but it was a really catchy song, and I'm gonna play it underneath this bit now where I'm speaking. This is the song. This is the song. Again, that magical element with the magical grandma who has this magical thread. I'm not even selling this, am I? I'm not selling this at all, but it's really good. If you have watched it, congratulations on being an epic 90s kid who knows what this movie is. It's cheesy as hell, and it probably would never ever happen, let's be honest. But in my head, I can see that musical on stage, and if it ever did come to stage, I would be like, see, thank you very much. The Princess and the Goblin, Princess Irene and her magic grandma, and all those goblins. I totally said that the little boy in it's called Cody, but he's actually called Curdy. So if you want to like say it in a really northern accent, then it sounds like you're saying Cody, like Curdy, but he's actually called Curdy. Curdy, oh my god, I can't unhear Cody in a northern accent. And it's just a really weird film actually. Like the more I'm thinking about it, the more like weird it actually is. These goblins have like really vulnerable, like soft feet. So if you stamp on their feet, then it's like a way of also killing them. So soft feet, and you can sing to them. How bizarre! Like, this would be crazy on stage. It's mines that they live in underground. It's like a mine thing, and they're trying to flood it for some reason to get back at the humans who banished them from ages ago. This magic thread, that's all I can remember, some magic thread. In the end, like, Curdy just ends up getting like a red coat, but he doesn't become like the prince or anything. So maybe it's a bit of an anticlimax. Oh my god, maybe I'm rethinking this whole thing. This could be like just a little regional show, you know? We could set it in Yorkshire, Curdy. Like, give them all Yorkshire accents, like, that'd be fabulous. Yeah, oh my god, goblins in the Yorkshire Dales. Okay, on that note, I'm gonna love you and leave you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, rest of your week, whatever you're doing, have a good one. If you agree with any of the movies that I've said, do let me know. If you disagree, then fine. My selections may be a little bit niche, or they may be a little bit weird, but I'm okay with that. If you want to see any more of my videos, click on my channel. I recently just did a video all about what to expect in the audition room. If that sounds like something you're interested in, go give it a click, go give it a watch, and hit subscribe, and I'll see you later, guys.